Calling this like
losing and like,
Tualatin or
alright,
something?
here we go. And
Tulane. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the one that's
Episode 3.
Yeah, that's north of
Like,
Seattle.
that dude, I'm never doing that.
To get you up to speed, Karimio just won with Ace King against Ace King, making a flush all in the pre-flop. He needed it because he was getting crushed. He's still getting crushed.
Yeah, it's still a reasonably big pot though.
We're playing 5, 10, 20.
Over
Yeah,
2K.
let's do it.
Sure.
Okay.
That opens up the 40.
And we're on streams or whatever. You can use code words.
I mean,
It does.
I basically haven't played like a lot of private games for a couple years.
No, anything that's under the
Which
gun.
is probably not surprising because if I were, we would probably it would be in the same game.
Yeah, for
have a
sure.
fourth
There's not too
under
many
the gun.
in for.
Yeah.
Only on the button.
I mean, I played a lot of like.
Kevin has a real hand and doesn't get any action. That must be disappointing for the big man.
I played a bunch of like 10, 20, 10, 25, and like.
Going with Ace.
Yeah, but what you don't realize,
Software that
Jonathan,
you have to pay, I think it's gonna allow it.
Jonathan, what you don't realize is he's formed a committee, and he has things to say.
Small council.
Request.
It's well counted.
I found
It's not the same as
that
your
larger.
It's like House of the Dragon level. So.
Exactly. See, that's
Joy
why,
EV, and it was
Joy.
was
I
much
like that. The identities
much
of
much
the
greater,
small council
and then
members.
with like people that can afford booze and
Yeah.
and then
65.
also
65. Fold,
the
65.
financial
Fold.
EV was
They don't know
the
they're in the
same
small
or
council.
better.
Yeah.
Good
So-
enough for
they
him.
don't know.
So you're literally
Like
this
two
small
five
council.
games.
the first time I said the word
Button
small
calls.
council was just now, 20 minutes ago or whatever.
Small.
Do they think they're in
Yeah,
some kind of
I
group though,
get
or are they
that.
just?
So I found myself a lot
Not yet.
more comfortable there than maybe I thought I was going to.
Yeah.
Jonathan is in the booth with me, I promise.
But it's really a lot of
There hasn't been anything to say yet, man.
social-
We're trying to let these guys talk a little more.
Which I love. I mean, it's like
Not
don't know.
related
Yeah, I
to
mean,
small
that's part
council.
of
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah, totally.
It's not a separate thing.
No one flops anything though, except for Danny.
We have a book club. But I say book club, it's all quiet.
120.
What do you read?
We don't read.
Oh, so you're
So
right.
you're considering with the backdoor flush draw?
We
No.
just have dinner. We have dinner together.
I don't see how Aaron can do anything.
Things. Like, I've just like seen some shit, and it's I realize that it's like a low overall percentage where it's a big problem, but like when it is a problem, it's just like massive. And it's not even whatever like financial penalty that is. It's the constantly worrying about.
Just to worry about. Yeah, no, I get that. That's actually like similar to the conversation, the cost-benefit conversation about having rental property. It's not the cost that comes up when the water heater's needed in. It's that are you
A lot of
person to
lessons,
spend
a lot of
your
financial
night
talk
worrying about
happening.
the water heater?
Take notes.
Those that are like
65. Fold.
yeah, but for rental property, like those that worry all the time, is like bad candidate.
Yeah.
Just cool. Like that's somewhere where you're not going to worry all the time. And if you're not
Danny
worried,
could
you can handle
definitely
it.
3-bet a hand like this against Action Aaron, but calling is fine.
Small fold.
I think he was thinking.
Is that right?
He's gonna come along.
He won the Ace King against Ace King, but I wonder if he's still tilting a bit from losing back-to-back 5K pots.
Yeah, he's still down a lot of money.
That Kevin would have played it.
Oh, wild cards.
Probably.
Ooh, wild cards.
That the software can't
You're getting
handle
me
that.
excited, Danny.
How's your
Good flop for
You're making
Danny.
me feel things.
compound coming along?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I'll check.
I've got a lot of clay on the property, so we built like a sweat lodge earlier this summer.
200.
So that's been pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not so compoundy, like mainly because we're trying to like build yurts above ground instead of like Connex boxes underground. You know?
You know,
Alright.
compound wasn't the
That
right
was
word, but it was the first word that came to mind.
Yeah.
Your retreat
Yeah.
place.
It's getting pretty retreaty.
Place.
I played a handful of times with that.
I'm looking forward to this winter though, so I'm gonna bring back a bunch of like rocks
I
and
don't know if
geodes
you
and stuff like
ever
that.
It was
So
like
we've
that
got,
bouncing up
above
and down a
ground
white line in the
screens that
middle.
are like-
Oh, no,
Bother.
now it came from the
Yeah,
top.
I never
I don't like
played
it at all.
You know what? I'm
Like-
in it.
Oh yeah.
Where's it at?
I
like it.
I'm
Only
so
one
much
time.
on
I'm so sorry.
Like,
We have this.
oh,
There's
like
this
that
history
percent.
and whatever. I'm like,
Straddle
dude,
for 40.
it's okay, buddy.
We have
Like,
these
like,
doubles.
I either lost some money or I didn't, and like I'll never.
Courtesy of the
Yeah,
big
like, what,
man.
Yeah.
like, what am I gonna
We've
do?
talked about
Baseball
it.
bat? You know what I
Were
mean?
you in that game?
Oh, love
Yeah, I played it.
Ramin.
Like that night?
Ramin.
I don't think I was there.
Ramino
that
Johnny?
night.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, I know I wasn't there, and I'm not in the video. But I
Was that a triple?
Should be.
I
There's
was
a
there
triple
a
on?
good
Looks like
amount
a
of
triple
couple
on.
months,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Danny's made it 60.
Straddle though.
I know this is a
That's a
straddle. This
straddle.
is a raise.
So this
That's
is
a raise.
the third
That's a
line.
re-raise.
blind.
This
That's
is
a
the
straddle.
third
Or
blind
that's a
straddle.
blind raise.
Yeah, so when
said
I'm
no,
twenty,
they can't-
said
they can't do the
blind
Oh, so that's
straddle.
right. Got it.
Yeah, technically it's blind.
So it's a raise to 20.
Wait, was
a
this
re-raise.
live the whole time?
No,
No,
no.
it's a blind. The third blind is 20. And you got to raise to 40.
The software won't let
But,
you
but
make that.
the
a
60
straddle.
has action essentially.
Being explained
Yeah,
that
well,
Kevin
I
and
don't-
Danny's raises are not
No,
live. They
and
cannot
there-
raise
In the
over.
There is
40s,
a 40
needed a
for the record.
Well, Kevin
Are you
can now
trying to
because
for a discount
Danny
then?
raised, but
Instead of making it
It's
80?
mostly just being
You gotta
explained to
stop
the
talking, I
dealer,
got
though,
that.
not to the players. Interestingly enough.
Way Sure more looks like it. complicated than
40 it's important for the dealer.
I mean, I
to know.
didn't
That's
look
true.
yet, but
Oh, you
There's
didn't
a
look
rule.
there.
software.
Well, look, I looked. I looked. I
Yeah, but I mean, when
Blind
he's
game.
like
I
counting
just,
them,
I just want like
in,
my 40 or
yeah,
something.
so
I'm
it
like,
did.
We
look at
switched
this,
the
how this
game.
works.
It doesn't matter. Like I,
With a $20
that-
straddle.
it's just
You
all
do
dead.
5,
So
10.
it's
believe
like
if Danny
that
could
happens,
raise,
and
he
that's
probably
bad.
would.
I wouldn't
Like,
have flattered myself.
You know, I
No
mean,
more straddles.
I
For some idiotic reason.
am also cautious of that kind of stuff, and I
Danny once again
We're
flops
playing
back.
5,
Yeah.
10, 20.
3 times in a
I
row.
wish we didn't have to be.
Danny's world,
Yeah,
we're
I
just
agree.
living in.
It's just like very frustrating.
70.
I mean, that's just people in general.
If you're
isn't
going to
it?
put in the 40, it will be
3 times in a row, Danny's
People
seen a
in
flop.
desperate
Everyone checked to
mindset,
him. He's in
whether
position. He bets.
justified
Everyone
by
folds, and he actually had the best
their
hand all 3 times.
Yeah.
difficulties in
It
life,
must
or their
feel like he's
or their
stealing.
No, it's just pure
Or they're just
poker
shit fucked
justice.
brains.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
I mean,
desperate
you know,
people do really make
us
really
tight
bad
players
decisions.
don't hate
Alien
that.
as if there
We're okay
weren't
with
any
that.
pressure applied.
I mean,
You're a tight
Because there's fully no
Desperation
pressure.
kills.
I think I can get
Desperation
by.
life
no
kills.
pressure? No pressure? I feel no pressure. Peer pressure?
It's really bad
40?
decision.
All depends on what you're comparing me to, I guess.
Yeah.
So I should probably
Compared
move
to
all that shit
Kevin.
around. for
Exactly. Like, look at Kevin, Danny, and Aaron. I'm a tight player.
Do a little reorg. What's that? You want me to move everything?
No, you're totally.
I like you to stack it all taller.
You just calling me names now.
I guess if I'm going to dish out the needles, I better be willing to take them, right?
I'm thinking about attacking here too. This is
That's the
awesome.
140.
I know he's got the button in front of him. Feels optimistic.
Just because he's got these types of players to get through.
Also, there's 4 guys behind him. It
Yeah.
isn't like normally when you're on the button we only have
Yeah.
2.
Cool.
This is effectively opening from what, the hijack?
Yeah.
I mean, you have position. You
there's a
guarantee
lo-
position.
And there's
but
more
still.
money to win than normal.
That is a good point. That is actually fair. There's more money to win.
Called in 2 spots.
These guys are not folding very often, as
Danny.
we see.
Situational way to stare down Danny.
Well, Kevin has the best hand, but it's going to be hard to realize that
Why'd you say his
equity
name
unless
twice?
everybody gives up. It's a dry enough board for Remio
You didn't
could
have
take a
his middle name
stab.
too, it's weird.
These 2 guys are
Danny
pretty scary to
Danny
take a stab against, though.
Yep.
Rolls off
Also,
the tongue.
Kevin likes to hold on.
Daniel Radix.
Yeah.
We saw him make some pretty loose calls
Yeah.
on flop turns and rivers in the past.
Damn noodles.
Danny turns
175.
open-ended here.
175.
And Kevin is just going to protect his equity here and fail to do so against the open-ender.
Well, at least he's charging
Yeah.
the equity. That's
Just
fair.
fast?
Charging Danny's
That's
equity,
fine.
I should say. 39% does not come in.
25.
325.
I imagine
What's
this
that
is going to finish
Yeah.
things. It's probably putting Danny on a jack.
Oh. Is it that easy? It is that easy. Alright, tip it.
Could you actually be 10,000?
Can you actually
Probably
do
not.
that? That's the other question.
It'd be a shame if you couldn't and then didn't show. That would just be.
I would definitely.
This one is
show.
that easy.
Yeah. Another one for the big man.
Really hoping to have that one stick, huh?
Yeah, he's like a retired NBA player who got really into herbs and crystals after retirement.
You know what? He
His
kind of
online
is.
screening
He kind of is.
Yeah.
experience.
Look at that tie-dye shirt. I mean, you don't see that around very often.
He's
We
the-
live in Portland, and you don't see that around very often.
Craig?
He's the NBA equivalent of Jake Plummer.
I have no idea.
Sure.
That's a deep cut,
It is.
but some people get it.
It's not wrong.
Craig Gray.
Except he didn't never play in the NBA.
No, he's just tall. He's just a tall.
And he's not tall enough to play in the NBA either.
He's 6'6". He's tall enough to play in the NBA.
Well, okay. Is he that tall?
I think so.
6'6". Good lord.
What?
200.
I don't know.
Karina puts in the 3-bet now. Karina
I didn't know that
pretty
part.
aggressive in this
Stairs?
game. lately.
Based on Mike's history in this game so far, I don't expect him to do anything but
When have I
call.
played with him?
Yeah, for
Which
sure.
seems like the reasonable course of action anyway.
I think that's what you should almost always be doing.
Danny might put in a 4-bet.
Well, this would be interesting.
There was a hand where. Never mind, you're not gonna remember this.
Nope, couldn't do it.
Clock on this story.
Thank you.
Some players in the game would have 4-bet Mike's hand, for sure.
Yeah, that's true. Some of them.
For a really long time, I
And
thought I didn't like
It's a
him,
pretty
and
good
I-
flop for 7s. It's just one of those
that
uncomfortable
king,
spots.
You're just
How does
losing
that
ace
help?
king all day.
Creamio's been pretty active.
Just trying to
It
think of all
doesn't.
the
Yep,
things
but you're
that
losing
I
all
know.
bigger pairs in ace king,
Likes and
which are
dislikes.
hands that are going to
Still,
3-bet you.
Yeah,
for-
but like not to this degree.
Creamio with
It's
a massive down bet. He's got the 2 back doors. He can rep a lot.
Maybe, Jeremy,
like the size
instead of saying
Yep,
what
you can always
you think about this person
turn
and
up the
describing him
heat
from
on
that
the
lens, maybe
turn.
like what would I perceive him as? It's probably a better way to talk about him.
Mike's got to be sitting there thinking, do I want to call
I thought that you would have
extra barrels?
had a similar
But
sentiment.
I'm going to call this one.
I mean, I probably do.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
He's going to be happy he did. Now he's just got to hope that Creamio actually has what he was repping on the flop.
kind of short.
Oh, he's going to lead.
Wow.
Oh, no,
No,
that
that's
was
Aaron.
that was Aaron saying 450. Okay.
This isn't
Wait,
Joseph.
Aaron's
right?
not in the hand, right?
No.
Oh, my goodness.
How is Aaron in the hand? We never even... No one knew
That's
that.
true.
I think Aaron
Well-
has king-queen.
But the rest of the description.
Well, whatever Aaron has, it doesn't matter because Mike's got the best hand. I guess a king actually would do it for Aaron. I think you're right, though. I think I remember seeing king.
Who do you have?
Well, that was a technical oversight
it over
right
here?
there.
That's going to happen.
No, it should. No, it should.
Mike has a super easy call here to give Aaron all the rope in the world.
What a twist.
That is really surprising. It's true. It's like knives out up in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We're going to find... Oh, there you go.
You should talk to
Tilda
me
is
about
also realized that Action Aaron is in the game, and we don't know his cards anyway.
Pretty sure it's king-queen.
I think you're right.
Compound.
Either way, Mike's going to certainly fire on this river, and I would expect Aaron's going to call a lot.
Do you have his contact information?
Oh,
Maybe,
all
not,
in, though.
maybe not an all-in.
That is a
Wait.
humongous...
Oh no!
It would be helpful to know what the river was.
Because Wayne sounds, Wayne sounds
not a
really
king, I'm
familiar.
sure of that.
And
I don't think...
yeah.
Oh, look, it must be an ace because the
Yeah.
software's getting it backwards. So that's a card that's going to be really hard to call on for
a few
Aaron.
years ago. He was wanting to set up a.
Is he maybe hoping that somehow... Hoping against hope Aaron somehow is ace-4?
Yeah,
So he's just going to be forced
Yeah,
to call.
well, I
So
mean,
he's trying to get
it's-
all of it.
Now it's just like, with the Therapeutic Use Initiative, it's kind of interesting. Like, I've had my thoughts of like how best to like participate in that and everything like that, but participate like there's just like the way they have their proctor set up and how
In that game.
limited
double
it
board
is,
bomb high.
right?
Aaron does fold.
Like there's
Nice bluff.
there's a lot of like stipulations
got
that I think like should be changed.
a
Right?
boat
As long as like there's
on
like
one
still
board,
putting a lot of
top board on
liability on the
one board,
proctor, right? Because I
and
think that's
We're
super
going to have...
important.
No, he's got
numbers
top board
on
on
Mike
one
for a
board
bit,
and
but
then
it
a
said he
flush
just made
draw on the other.
plus 3.7k in that hand.
I'm
Pretty
down
sure
with
that's not
that.
what happened.
Just because I
Does
spent a lot
seem
of
to be
energy,
accurate,
like,
yes.
looking
Pocket
at
aces,
things,
huh?
just
Straight
because I've
flush
seen a lot of
like a gutter.
maybe unforeseen obstacles
But
maybe
low
other
cards.
people don't see, and like
He's-
you know,
she-
getting
she's
that,
got
finding
pocket
involved,
kings,
and like because
Good
like
laydown.
is like
Yeah, figures
on his
when that ace
like,
hit,
his
I'm like,
flip
just don't bring
over.
aces.
Yeah, I don't think.
Of course, they
bring
go all in
ace.
on the turn, and it goes bink, bink, straight
Oh.
flush, and
yeah, that's the opposite direction of
Aaron
where you're
probably
gonna
got
see, you know,
pocket
like,
yeah, like
And he
35
laid
cents.
down
It's fucking massive.
second
But
side.
so
So
he
he
was
was
just-
He was just joking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were both just like, oh, I...
Share thoughts and ideas.
but I think
Surprise!
Yeah,
that's
totally.
kind of because like
Surprise
Wayne
the fuck out
sounds
of
so
each other.
familiar
He lived here
and
for.
It was so weird. It was like, that's runner,
well, but it would have been
too perfect, you know, it's like...
the next series. I think it was. No, I think it
0.2%
was the
of
one
a
before
whatever
that
the fuck
though.
it is, you know?
Yeah, that's the one that I'm thinking about.
Perfect.
Because I think we exchanged.
Raise to 85.
What's the question, Jonathan?
One at her, and then it's like, meet the table, you know? And then like, one at her.
Kevin
Just
happy to
freaking
see
out.
flops with these types of hands out of position.
How did that just
For sure.
happen?
There's extra dead money in there.
Yeah,
The other night,
I don't know if that really justifies it, but we can say that. It sounds better.
it does.
he flops quads, fours.
Kevin
on one
in
board
reasonable
and
shape here against Action Aaron.
Open and straight down the other board.
Yeah, it's us.
Let's just make it a
I
clean.
turn, and he's kind of, he's trying to
Yeah.
keep people in so he
Lead.
doesn't bet huge, you know? So he keeps
Ace
it
high
in.
lead, pure equity to nail. No other purpose to
net
this
straight
bet.
draw, higher draw on the straight board, and
Says
then
you.
I mean,
Keep trying.
what better hand is folded?
but it's
Maybe
like
a
being
slightly
prejudiced.
better.
You're saying you understand the mind of Kevin and why he's doing what he's doing. I challenge that
That's-
highly.
I mean, you're making
Playing the other side
assumptions
of the
about where I'm coming from.
You said pure equity
On his
denial, as if
quad
you know what his intention is.
I don't know.
What
quad,
it
I'm like,
achieves is
opening,
pure
he's
equity
got a
denial. How
bonus,
about that?
you know?
Ah.
Could that
but
be
I'm
what I
blocking
was saying?
top pair, so
Jonathan?
I don't
he's
think
got
that could be
8-4,
what you're
so now
saying.
he's messing around.
So basically, what I was saying,
Yeah.
if you were
Check.
going to
He
spend a
does
second to
pocket
listen,
Nah.
And then I make my
would be
straight
that
on the other
that
side,
bet
and he's
may,
like, "How do you
basically
flop
just
quads and
achieves
lose
equity
both
now.
quads?"
You're never filling out a better hand except for maybe rarely a slightly better ace.
Well, we did
Yeah, that sounds about right.
pause before. Jonathan, do you want to just pause for a minute?
Though and a bunch of better aces are going to call
Yeah.
for 101s when it's actually Aaron, right?
Yes, in position.
So you have to be willing to fire multiple times too.
185.
Button raises to 185.
I don't think Aaron's folding ace jack, for example, for 100.
Kevin's got the clubs covered on Cremio. Could get really dirty if clubs come. So I don't see Cremio folding here.
Well, he can't fold pre-flop.
Call.
Aaron's coming along too, just to
All right. Friendly left.
make that pot a little bit bigger.
How big are the stacks there, buddy? Like,
Gotta,
Trying to make him taller than
gotta win
mine.
this pot so he can buy some
I
sleeves.
don't think he knows.
you got inches? Are we measuring? Measuring in inches?
First one was a club, but our
You're looking
dreams
for
were
a birthday
dash,
ring.
and Aaron has the best hand.
Standard shape. Standard diameter.
I mean, there's 3 of them together, so.
Standard ring gauge.
$600.
Whoa.
That is a big bet.
Pot size bet.
Raise all in.
Oh!
Holy moly!
Kevin is not a believer. Aaron only has 615 back.
Oh.
This is such an ambitious
And
move.
there's the
You
call.
need a queen? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Me too.
You have an overpair? No. Oh, shit, you're way good.
And
That's it.
No,
oh
it's
wait,
not.
no, it's not. Oh my
Clubs?
Oh,
gosh!
God, how sick would that have been?
Clubs missed.
Juicy.
They got it on the turn. It would have made
Oh,
more
God.
sense.
What an ambitious move from Kevin when
King.
Aaron is going to be getting something like 3.5
Well,
to 1 on the
your hand's
call.
probably better than mine, but not better than his.
Thank
King,
you.
queen
I
of
Because he
clubs.
just
No
thinks
wonder
Aaron's
that
on a
club
lot of
didn't come.
draws. Straight draws and flush draws.
Yeah.
But Aaron, when Aaron bets pot, he ain't folding any of it, and ace jack ain't
I
that
was
far
like,
any of those things
he's-
anyway. A pair beats him.
That's kind of a
They can-
beautiful
they've got a lot of
setup.
outs.
Really didn't change
When
that.
Kevin's in the game, the pots are just bigger. That's just how it works.
Yep. That was a very
Not hand, Aaron.
shove.
1,000, 11, 1205.
I mean, he turned 8 outs, you know?
It was an incredible
Page
turn.
72 right there.
1205.
Page
Go from 6
72.
to 8 out.
7 outs.
Super system.
Actually.
7. Oh, he picked up 1
Yeah,
out.
you didn't miss that.
Not as good as it
No.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
He
amazing.
picked up 1 out, Jonathan. It's better.
You didn't read that?
Actually, he doesn't have the deuce of clubs. He doesn't have the queen of clubs.
That's
that
it.
it?
Right here?
It's
Page
not
7
like
out.
a-
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you.
Super systems. Isn't that like multi-level marketing or something?
Parenting book.
Good answer.
It's parenting book. How to deal with your wild child.
It's a history book more than anything.
You know what they say? Kevin giveth and Kevin taketh away.
Accurate.
Yep. That's actually the name of his crystal shop.
Sorry.
Kevin taketh away.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
I like it.
I would buy
I'm sure all
crystals
of
from
the,
that.
I'm sure all of the like mixed game stuff still like more so buzz.
I mean, a little more. Still pretty old.
How incredible to see, you know, $2,400 go in on the flop when it's one pair, medium kicker, and just 2 overs.
I don't know
on the
anything about Louis
Yeah.
Oldham, but
On the
that
other
sounds
hand.
ridiculous.
That's the Kevin in action Aaron dynamic.
Really wild.
Wow.
Oh, if you could go back in time, Jonathan.
I wish I had read the chapter before I called Kareem.
Aaron's not going to rest
Read
on
the-
his laurels.
read the folder-
Going to open
folder.
A6.
70.
Is that, yeah, that's not a bet.
I mean, dude, you read about how
Kevin's
close I
gonna
was to
steal those
nothing was
laurels
right.
right
Call.
Buttons happen to have a hand.
I mean, just seeing more
Would've
flops
done
in
it anyway.
position.
One folds.
That's the Danny way.
One folds.
It's been working.
Call.
Would have done
Fold.
what?
Cremio just doesn't want to get in trouble with the
That big
A7
river.
off. I understand.
Oh. I'm glad you're not talking about the shelf.
No. These are all jokes, kids, if you watch this in 10 years.
They won't.
Open ender for Kevin.
Oh, just the 3
My
of us?
older boys watched a
Kevin
little
will
bit.
put 6.5K in his pocket.
Probably.
If given the opportunity.
Podcast.
Against his will.
Bet 110.
I mean,
But I don't think he's going to have to.
it's kind of like, oh, he says they're the not poker guys. That's what he called
You're
them.
not.
Wow.
Because they spent 45 minutes talking
Sorry, I
about
got
not
the
poker.
nut low.
Ah, I see.
Kevin
How old
takes
is
it
your
down
oldest?
with ease.
Oh, that's
Three,
pretty
four,
good then.
14.
That's really good.
3, 4 ball.
Fourth day of high school.
Oh, man.
bossy.
All right, has everybody recovered from the driving beat in that advertisement?
Or no.
Making your heart
529.
go aflutter?
529, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Or start at 9 profit.
do
Either
that.
one.
You want
For
We're
females,
both-
we
yes,
actually
we're ready.
did college
We're ready
in
for more
another
poker.
state too.
Okay.
If they did another
No
state,
more.
'cause you can bring it
Here we
back
go. We
and
got
stuff.
the
Some
raise on raise on raise, and we got the 40 and the blind 80 on as well. And Danny,
Give it my kids anyway.
Danny is no action. He won't even put on the 9th straddle.
he didn't put on the 160.
If I didn't, college would
Kevin
be
wakes
free.
up with 10s in the
Of course.
blind raise. That's pretty
Hello.
nice. And Aaron has 8s. This could
out.
get bloody.
And Korean Mike, ace jack suited.
And now more of a stack than he's had before. So
There you go.
I don't see Mike
There you go.
going toe to toe with these guys
Well,
pre-flop. I don't think he's willing to put in as much as they are pre-flop.
I think you are correct.
correct.
It gives Kevin a real shot to win the spot.
I feel like
think
there
puts
might
enough
chip.
pressure on
Make
these
sure they're all
guys.
set.
I think Kevin is going to put in another bet no matter
I
what.
like
Aaron
that.
does.
Anyway,
No privacy.
Aaron just
Whoa.
folds.
Wow.
Holy crap!
A lot of countries is way better
And-
before.
And Kevin just calls. Okay.
This is really
The
surprising.
world is upside down. I am very confused. I guess they really think
No,
Mike is
3-4
tight.
here.
Yep.
It's rough.
They think that, and also with the extra blind raises, they maybe they think that's enough money to put in.
No, it's rough.
And good for Mike. He gets top pair.
Yeah, this is way serious.
Kevin does have 2 back doors.
Yeah, don't go down.
And a clubs.
So no, I think if I was going to pick a place to be
Throw
four,
the
I think
death
it's still
penalty.
If he thinks Mike is as tight as it seems like he does, he's probably just going to fold.
Western
See how much
Europe.
Mike makes it.
Western Europe.
Kids do really well in Malta.
150. Mike goes pretty small.
Kids these days.
That
Less
is
than
a-
quarter pot.
With 2 back doors, you could definitely call this in position.
You are in position. Being in position makes this a much easier call. I don't know if you can do it out of position.
You can have the best hand too.
Against a tight
There's
side.
a lot
Yeah.
of 20-year-olds in Malta.
You're probably supposed to fold. But in position, I think you can call.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
exactly.
think so too.
It's so
because they're
small.
rich.
Yeah.
And
Wow,
Wow,
that's
Mike is in
I don't know. The,
really good shape here. Mike has to know
yeah.
he's the best hand, right?
just
I
a
mean,
10 now for Kevin.
I mean, ace deuce is the only hand you're reasonably losing to.
I guess Kevin might have just called with ace queen
600?
pre-flop.
That trap has been set.
And it's gonna work. Kevin's gonna bet 600, more than he's needed to deny equity, I would say.
I think he's trying to get a queen to fold.
in the UK.
That makes sense.
But it's way not as hard as here. It's also really different. I think
Mike's
like,
gonna
like
take his time to
obviously,
give
you know,
Kevin
like-
some river
like-
bluffs,
I
I
have
think.
family
That
in
would be the
West
plan
Africa, and like
here.
it's
I mean,
like
once you check, that
everyone
seems
is
like the right move.
almost
Try to make it
everything
look
you
like
can.
you have a queen that might
And
fold the
then
river.
a
Yep,
little
do everything you
bit
can
of
to
what
induce
we
it.
would
And
call
that's-
Ooh! Oh my God!
I was gonna say
And
that's a
then there's,
clean
like,
non-club, which Mike
everybody
wants
Kevin
to
gets
see.
there. This is so sick.
You really want to see that non-club too, as
And
So
Mike
that's
had the
different, like,
plan
you
of
just-
Yeah,
course.
against the calls.
Oh,
Go higher. 'Cause why would you? Yeah.
Nice hand.
Thank you.
Wow.
That's painful.
oh my goodness.
Mike has been on the receiving end of it tonight.
That is devastating.
How do you like that?
This
river?
is on the heels of the hand of,
I think it
end
was
of
one of
last
two cards they
episode,
needed, yeah.
where it was ace king versus ace king all in pre, and it went runner flush for Caremio against Mike.
Mike
For
is
less
not-
money though. For less money.
Mike has not been on the good end of variance. That
Yeah,
is
you
for
define
sure.
it.
It's possible Kevin doesn't go all in if he doesn't get there, but still, Mike's going to win a really big pot.
Oh yeah.
97% of the time there.
He was defining poverty differently.
That is
Wow.
that is sick.
The people are missing out.
Get everything you
Poverty is when
want,
you're gonna jump.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
a
the river
one-sided
comes and
game.
breaks
Mike,
your heart.
Mike clearly had the plan.
Yeah, the
Still
insta
enjoy.
call
Yeah,
shows
check
it.
call, yeah.
I like it.
Me too. It was
Kevin-
well played by Mike.
Kevin might even be going all in for value with the worst
Yeah, I
ace
agree with that.
there when you check,
It's a
turn, check
different
river,
scale
right?
where
He
you
might
go,
be.
for
Because
sure.
if you're talking like
Like, can
relative
Kevin have ace
to
nine there? I
Should
think he
the
really might.
median
Yeah,
income
well-formed
of
plan
a
by Mike.
specific
Yep.
country,
Yep.
No, it
it's
could
a
be.
very
Chess, it's
different
poker, so it
conversation
doesn't
than
There could be a
when we talk
problem.
about, like the
Raise to 40.
Wow.
I don't even know how else you would measure it, but
No, I agree with you. That's why I was like using that like Senegal as an example. It's like it's not sort of a gray.
It's really a
sliding
psychological
scale.
accomplishment to
It's
sit there and try to
like
come
there's
back
just-
from that.
They're just different
For
buckets.
Mike,
It
after
looks
the two
different,
devastating
you know.
losses he's taken in the
We
last
have this
half hour or so of
huge-
gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Poker,
There's
she's
just
a
one
fickle
time
mistress.
stuff
She
like that, but
bucks, you know?
There's just a lot of ways.
Sure,
to,
yeah.
Gotta really hold on.
There's a lot of different
You're
ways.
good.
Kevin
You're
is
good.
almost
Nice
sitting
hand. Way
with
to
5
go.
figures in front of him here.
Yeah, the best answer made.
I would still pick the United States.
You have
because
to make it to the river.
I think I can make it there.
Everybody misses.
This is
Seems to favor Aaron.
eroding, and, like deteriorating.
Not anymore.
Fuck me. Give me
Has
some
good
rope
against
here.
Kevin enough of the
Oh, there's your row. Right
Yes.
All right.
I'm ahead.
I could see check
move
call,
up,
check call.
like,
Definitely ahead.
Keep it friendly, no more than half a
social mobility.
You could also say
It's still
betting
really high.
225.
It's higher than most other places.
I agree with you.
Look how quickly Kevin calls with king high. Wow.
I agree with you.
Makes
The-
some sense.
The
When
net
Aaron checks the flop.
service
I mean,
and
a
support
jack.
is also
Yeah.
eroding,
Jack is
but
the
it's
fear.
certainly a lot stronger than
Diamonds
a lot
aren't
of
the
countries.
huge
It's nearly as strong as a lot of
I've got a
like
queen.
more.
Yeah,
More-
tiny
just one
tiny
more.
countries
Oh,
with homogeneous
nice three,
populations.
nice three.
Yeah,
It's a lot easier
tiny
to do.
first world
Ah,
countries. They have
I
a lot
bet,
of
I bet.
Yeah,
I call. How much you
the
betting?
net is different.
All of it.
All right. Anyway, back to.
I actually believe
our
Kevin
privilege
Mary told
voting.
Aaron
King
to
high.
call bet on the river.
All right, let's do it.
I think that's true.
Kevin now has over 10,000 in front
Yes.
of him.
That is a poker time record, I believe.
I
Got
think
too
it
real
is.
there
I was
for
just
a
going to say
second.
that.
Yeah, the
I've
streaming
seen people with like almost
God,
10K. I
guys,
don't know if you've ever seen
shut
10K
up.
clips until just
Kevin
now.
was probably one of them with almost 10.
That's right. I think he had 9 in front of him in previous sessions.
Dude, is that your
So
name?
Stuart
right?
put a
Is that
massive
your
stack
name?
a few
I
times.
hope not.
No, that's all
Oh my
good.
God.
Oh,
Good
God.
session one.
Please make it that. Can
All
we please
good.
not ever?
It's gotta be plural though.
Dick's butt?
Big butts.
Oh, got it. Why
There's
why
40.
don't you make the dick's
Fold.
plural?
Because it's one word. It's not.
It's actually pretty
The
good.
dicks aren't the owners
Spot
of the
first.
butts.
King 3 and queen. Making it to the river. Chasing it all the way down. No.
Close.
Creamer's going to limp the button with the 5-4 off. That's not a normal play for him.
It is not, but I guess he's trying to see
140.
flops in position with connected
Raise to
cards.
140.
I mean, he sees Kevin, he sees Danny, he sees Aaron, and I think he just wants some of that money. But this is one of the things that happens is they make it more expensive.
Yeah, and you have 5 high. It's not the best.
Well, Creamer throws in another 100 with the 5-4 off. He is on the
Of course, I
button.
want to
Stewart's
play.
almost always calling there, so that does help a little bit.
Stewart's folding a lot. I disagree. He was in the small blind, I
Yeah.
guess. Maybe you're right, because he had to put in so much
Ooh!
money. Well, wow.
Cremio's a genius.
Let's see, and it just checks right through instantly.
The king is something Kevin could definitely rep here.
Yeah.
He does not, though. Cremio's got to start betting now, and he does. And this might just end things, unfortunately.
Feels like
for
it's
him.
the end of the hand. Right? Like, oh well. It's cool to spike, though, and make the full...
Ooh.
What the hell is happening?
Stewart is putting Cremio on a flush draw,
Yep.
or just a random stab.
Yeah.
Oh!
Devastating. If you put him on a flush draw,
Yeah.
that's the dream card for Stewart.
You're like,
if
oh,
you have my
Cremio made a
clubs.
flush a lot, and I just made a full house. Stewart is going to lose at least 2 bets here.
Seems impossible for him not to.
He checks. Cremio will be betting, I think, big.
There's 870 in there. Let's see how big he goes. If you're Cremio, you're targeting the flush yourself, right?
Of course. That's a lot of what Stewart has with this line.
You could also target a king, though.
Yeah, but
Because Stewart check called. He could have
Yep.
he could have led. Let's see how much he goes. That's 6.
a king hates that card no matter what, so I think it's better to target a flush. Try to get as much money as you can.
He
It's
goes
even-
somewhere in between, really.
It's even better. Somehow Stewart has a weaker full house. Somehow, some way.
It's really insane. There's only one full house in between the two of them. The 4-3.
Stewart could just go all in. If Cremio's stack really is 1.4k there, it's a totally reasonable thing to do.
I think it's a bit more than that, actually. I think it's more like 2,000 or so in front of him, I think.
It's obscured by the graphics,
Yeah.
so we can't
I'm being
see.
told it's more like 2,500. He started the hand with more like, like more than that. So it's more like 2K or so back.
So we're missing 600 on the graphic, you're saying?
Yeah. So just to know that. So that's why Stewart may feel like all in is too much.
I see.
Unless you're up against the nut flush. You might want to do it anyway. Looks like he is going to go for the... There it is.
Looks like 2,000 probably.
It's reasonable. What a crazy bad card for Stewart. All right,
Can
now you're
Cremio-
Cremio. What do you do?
I don't think you can raise.
I mean, what's calling when you raise? Is this hand calling that Stewart has?
That's a great question. I don't... If Cremio has like an extra, let's say 1,500 behind, it's not much more, but like the nut flush is beating nothing.
I would assume, yeah. Cremio apparently has like 500 back where he do
much you
go
bet?
all in. Something like that.
15.
What a crazy spot. I think a call is very reasonable here.
I think a call is the best play.
You need sort to have 4-3 suited. There is one combo of that only.
Yep. So I just don't see Stewart calling with a flush. And you can't put him on 3-3.
Can't put him on 3-3. 5-5 is possible, though. There's one combo of that, too.
Yep.
That ain't folding. Because Cremio could have 4-3 and make this play, right? If he's going to go all in with 5-4, he can go all in with 4-3. We don't know if he's going to go in with 5-4, of course. He's using his time banks. I don't blame him. I'd be thinking about this, too. When you only have 500 back past this raise, you might be like, I should just try and capture the rest of it, right? What if he has the nut flush? Is he just going to call? Because it's only 500 more?
He might. If he really only has 500 back, then going all in is not in any way crazy. If he had a lot more back, it would be.
A lot more back would be different. The
Yeah.
500 past the 2,000 that Stewart made it.
Stewart is thinking he's on easy street here. He's like, please just call. Please call.
You obviously have the flush. Please call.
Nick call. Cool.
He says knit call. And wait for it. There it is.
Either that or fucking 5. Nick call.
That is a disappointing moment for Stewart. And you can see it on his face. He's not good at hiding that.
He's trying to shake it off. Look at that. He's trying to make it make sense.
What an unexpected turn of emotions for Stewart. He's please call, give me 2K more in my life. Oh wait, I lost. That is rough.
Now Stewart has to go back, and it might be also thinking about the call on the turn.
Yeah.
When he calls with Kevin behind him and
Yeah.
the king. Didn't really have to be in this spot. I wonder if he's doing that. Maybe you feel like he always has to call with the clubs. But on board, but.
Nice hit. Nice
Well,
hit, nice
that
hit.
helps Cremio's comeback trail.
It sure does. It sure does. Cremio's still down, I think, but wow, that really helps.
Mike's got queens, but they
Skip's gonna watch
just
this
feel like they're
Uh-oh.
going to lose if you're Mike, right?
Uh-oh.
Just 10?
Here we go.
That's
The
what he
kids
said.
are older than that.
That's what he
Let's
said
find out how
earlier.
much it's not Mike's night. Let's just find out.
It's 200 now?
Yeah.
Oh, I call.
Could he possibly win this one?
Especially if he's going to just.
Now, is Mike gonna just with Kevin coming along here? I think a re-raise probably makes sense,
Yeah.
right?
Great news for Mike is that an ace is blocked by his opponents.
I mean, you are going to be getting at, I think, 200 blinds, right? Did Danny even? It was 5, 10, 20. So it's actually only 100 blinds you'd be getting in anyway here.
Certainly not a terrible idea against in any hand that Kevin's in. I mean, Cremio could be a bit of a problem, his range for you, if you get that many in. But it's probably still okay. Cremio's not the tightest player in the world. He's just not Kevin.
I mean, I'd be worried that Cremio will fold jacks here. I think he will. We've seen him fold jacks before. That's not great. But there's dead money in there, and Kevin might just lose his mind. We've seen it. Kevin just flat called this whole thing. Kevin could have jacks and is not folding jacks.
Maybe not even folding 10s or 9s. Who knows?
Yeah. There is the re-raise. I like it.
And Cremio's probably going to put in a chunky
About $2,000.
5-bet here.
I expect, especially after just winning that
Can we confirm
that big
it's not
pot.
1995?
Makes it easier, right?
Yeah.
Might be 1995.
You don't love it,
Against Mike especially, you don't love it.
but you want to see all 5 cards, and you don't want to put in 40% of Mike's stack and fold on the flop and not get to see the last 2, I don't think.
At least you have position. That makes it he does call.
Well, he does have position, as you said. What's Kevin going to do? Okay, even Kevin gets rid of ace-jack there.
Yeah.
Good to see.
Nice decision by Kevin.
So Korean Mike's got to like this. Like, aces is definitely almost always just going to move him in. Kings, too, once he puts in this much.
Yeah.
He's got to know he's ahead almost always here.
You don't want to see a jack or a 10 on the flop, kind of, if you're
Or an
Mike.
ace or a king. That's
Yeah.
problematic, but he dodges all of it, and he's got to know he's almost always
It's a
good.
great flop.
There's only one combo of 9s even. I mean, this is incredible.
5s isn't there in Cremio's range.
Okay, I guess Cremio can have a little bit of aces and kings once in a while. Where he calls to bring it Kevin into.
Right, and he could have ace king of spades.
So be it.
Yeah.
You know, like, here we go. I think you just got to...
You just put all of it in, 1.2 into 1.8, you might as well.
Yep, there's 1 out there. Let's charge him the full amount if he's got ace king. There it is. Good job. Love it.
And I don't imagine a world where Cremio calls here.
No chance.
He doesn't even have a spade.
Yeah. It's frustrating. This is what you get when you just call. You don't get to see the last 2 cards. But it may have saved Cremio a lot of money.
It
As you see,
usually saved him a lot.
He's only 14% there once
Yeah.
we see this flop. So, of course, one of the aces was dead. Kevin folded.
All right, that's the way for Mike to win pots. Just don't let it go to showdown.
I
That's the
think
only way.
I was so happy that that board was an easy shove.
Yeah.
You put in the 4-bet, you don't get 5-bet, and the board is easy.
And it's not the Jack 10-4 board where you're like, oh god, please don't let it be bad. You know?
Or like King Deuce Deuce, where you're like, I can't really ever get away from this, and
Yeah.
yet I'm beat by Ace King and anything that puts a lot of money in. This is awful.
How do the camera or the microphones pick up the chip crackling? Is it like pretty a lot? Yeah.
What chip crackling?
Yeah. I was thinking about that earlier because there's not a lot of like downstairs when there's a lot of it, you don't really hear it because it's such a
70.
But like up here, it's very loud.
Button calls.
Okay.
Small calls.
Jeremy might want to bring some nice little earmuffs next time he plays. His ears are hurt by the...
Jeremy's a sensitive soul,
by the
you
chips.
know? That's why we love him.
It's the third
Because he's
one.
a feeler. He feels things.
Yeah. Things that you don't even consider feelings.
Stoicism and Jeremy are as far apart as they could be. Top pair for Danny.
He's a romanticist.
175.
Bet 175.
I guess I am saying that. Action Aaron says, I've got a 10 and a 7, so let's go, baby.
And one of them's a heart.
Kevin with middle pair calls quickly.
And Danny is a billion light years ahead of everybody with King Jack somehow.
Cray.
And not anymore, as
Wow.
Kevin makes trips.
Everyone checks very quickly.
Kevin could have led there.
Yep. I assume he's betting a lot of rivers.
Check.
This is a good time to bet.
He checks again.
Danny doesn't even consider betting.
Oh man, this is gonna hurt when everybody checks.
Aaron's got 10-7 though. This is not a bad time to bluff at all if you're Aaron, right?
I guess hearts miss, but we do block hearts.
I don't know.
It's not the best.
So what? It's these guys. Anyway, he checks too, and they all dodge it. Like Danny's gonna be a little surprised, but very happy.
Danny had a very minor version of
Okay.
the Stewart
New
situation
money
where he
dip
expected to
fluxes
win.
sitting there in six.
That's right.
Some bullshit.
Much smaller pot.
Speaking of Stewart, look at him. He's still thinking about it.
Oh, deeply
Look
thinking
at
about
that. Look at that pain.
Wow.
Yeah, it's cool.
Look at you guys.
he's still. He just shook his head.
It's like I can't believe it.
Damn,
Can't believe this happened.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, that's a great one.
I mean,
I
between the
love
three of us,
this
it's like 100% this one has a 6 there.
Yeah, I know, for
Like,
sure.
It'd be
It's
very,
really
very
hard
hard
to
for you to
pay,
not have a six.
even to the
Yeah.
people who
0% chance.
value their logical, rational
Tonight, it's
mind.
not very likely that
tough.
person would
It's hard to be a
me
true
either.
robot
Yeah.
when you're losing and winning so much on a turn
Making
of
a
a card.
Yeah.
And there's certain spots where you're just forced to put a lot of money in, as we
Yep.
saw. Like, sort of had to raise there. It'd be crazy not to raise.
Of course.
I believe Cremio's calling. Probably with all flushes. Certainly big flushes.
Yeah.
Maybe with some other things even. Right? The board, there was 2 4s on the board. Probably folding.
Fact
Trip
finding
fours, actually.
mission.
With the third club coming.
All right, let's guess what Kevin has. 9-6. Of course.
I was going to go worse than that. I mean, better, technically better, but less playable, you know, like the Jack 4 off or something. Would have been incredible.
Check.
120.
Mike with the best hand, but it's going to be hard for him to realize that with Kevin on the button. With Cremio behind, I think Mike will probably just throw this away.
Yeah, seems like the right move.
Kevin approaching 11K in his stack.
Green is down plus.
Plus
Look at
8.1.
that. Look at those numbers.
Down
No, we
plus.
think Mike's numbers are wrong. We think he's down
Yeah,
more than that because
he's
there
gotta
was,
be.
there was something wrong with one of those pots. That
Yeah. It said 3.8 and it was like
motherfucker.
1,000, right? So he's probably down like almost 3,000.
yeah.
That makes way more sense.
Down plus. No, down plus.
I believe the Kevin
No,
number,
I'm
though. I
fucking
think that's
roller
correct.
coaster
Yeah.
for the line.
Look, I mean, look how many chips are in front of him.
Yeah.
He's down from
He has not
where
rebought.
he was.
It's just all profit.
60.
Raises, fold, raises.
He's playing a lot of hands and it's working great.
Kevin will never lock it up either. That's
Nope.
for sure.
That is not who he is.
How did I talk myself?
I mean, it's not. I mean, if you jam over, it's not like a snap call for me. probably call, but it's not. It's not like.
Obvious call here for Cremio.
Wait, how many time banks do you have left?
Against Kevin, for sure.
Just one?
Me?
It
Looks like he's gonna fold. No.
Oh, I thought he was folding too. Whenever they hold the cards like that,
Yeah.
hold them high.
It's always disappointing when you're bluffing and they do that.
I
And
know.
you're like, oh, they're full. Oh, they're not folding.
Check.
It's not. It's
I-
not
it's-
a
it's-
snap call.
Kevin gets to
Yeah,
win if he
not an
wants.
easy one.
But he checks.
Kevin's interesting because he plays a lot of hands. He doesn't always see bet
Yep.
as a bluff. You know, he just doesn't.
I mean, that was a pretty good board to do it on, too. Well, Premium gets there, and Kevin just never even takes a shot. Interesting.
It's very interesting.
Huh.
Pretty
It
insane.
feels like he's got his own little random number generator going in his head, and it's hard to predict what he's going to do on any particular action.
It's probably got to do with some sort of crystals.